I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. People, look at your watch. You know what time it is. Or your phone, wherever, on the wall, the clock. It's time for late night snack time with the Scoville Squad. Here we are together again. People, this is a snack I've been teasing you with for a week now, ever since it got here. I'm just such a sucker for, I'm going to tell you a little story about Chex Party Mix. My mom makes the best, unheated, best Chex Party Mix on the planet. And there's this thing that happens when she makes it. I don't know if this is something that happens in everybody's home. So if you make Chex Party Mix and this happens in your home, I need you to go to the comment section because I never talked about this before. When my mother makes it, she makes a ridiculous amount because she has great grandkids and grandkids and kids. Just, you know, she makes a lot of it. At any rate, she has these big giant tubs of it, and she gets these, we call them clumps. And to the best that we can figure out, I think it's where you get a lot of like butter, or I don't know what it is, but you get these clumps, and they're just. And last time my mother made a giant batch because she makes it every year, and she makes it a couple times a year, but it's really a holiday thing. My brother went through and ate all the clumps. I was not happy about it, but I've got this. I'm not sharing it. Extra hot Hickory Smoke Party Mix. It's Chex Party Mix, people. That's the base, which is corn, rice, wheat. It's got pretzels, mixed nuts, which is peanuts, almonds, cashews, hazelnut, and your pecan. You got Cheez-Its in there. You got butter. You got garlic powder, onion powder, hickory smoke powder. Pepper powder. Here's we got the heat, people. You ready? We got Reaper, Scorpion, Ghost, Bootla, and Ghost Flakes. She's really giving it to us here. Worcestershire sauce, and their own super hot salt, which is really cool because I went through a period of time where I was doing a bunch of super hot salts. It was very cool. All right. Now I'm also going to we're going to talk about, so we're going to start a new trivia thing. I won't be able to do it in one. It'll probably be 3 nights. Fascinating. Expressions. Old expressions. And where they come from. Ever think about that? They come from somewhere. All right. Oh. It's got the smokiness. Oh, this great smokiness. You know what this is for, right? It's to keep it dry. In fact, look. Dry, dry, dry. Dry and dry. It's a silica gel. Don't eat it, it says. No, I don't keep anything around long enough that's going to go, then you're going to have to worry about it. Anyway. It smells amazing. It really does. You can definitely smell the hickory smoke. Oh, you look at this. Look at the coating. That's a problem. It's not a problem if I'm pretty excited I'm eating it. It'd be a problem if you didn't want to eat it. This would bum you out. All right, guys. So from Linda McNew, from Linda's Fiery Treats, this is her XXX Hot Hickory Smoke. Now, by the way, you notice in the thumbnail or the title, it didn't say XXX Hot. There was XX and a space and another X. Do you know why I do that? Because if you put 3 X's together, the AI program at YouTube thinks it's a bad movie, a bad video. So when I do XX with a space and an X, it tricks the algorithm. True story. All right. So thank you, Linda. Here we go. Let me eat this one first. Lovely. All right, great flavor. It's just coated in powder. I'm sorry. The extra, extra, extra hot. She's not fooling. It's hot. All right, let's talk about some crazy expressions or normal expressions in the crazy way they got started. Saved by the bell. Who said it? Now, I'll tell you what. If you've never said one of these expressions, go to the comment section. Everybody said this. Saved by the bell. All right. The saying, saved by a bell, has an intriguing and quite morbid origin. Dating back to the 18th century, it was a time when the fear of being buried alive was so real that people took drastic measures to ensure their safety. Families would bury the deceased with a string inside the coffin that was attached to a bell on the surface. I've seen pictures. It's true. So if they did wake up, they could ring the bell, alerting the gravedigger and ultimately being saved. However, another theory of the origin of this saying dates back to the late 19th century. Many believe it refers to the boxing slang with a fighter being saved by the bell, indicating the end of the round. Very, very different. All right, so the second one is going to pot. The term going to pot. You know what that is? All the way downstairs in the kitchen. That's not Siri. What's the other one's name? Hey, stop it. She's talking out of nowhere. The term going to pot. Are you ready? The term gone to pot refers to something losing all of its good qualities because it was ignored or not cared for. Like a restaurant, it's gone to pot. Or a hotel, that property's gone to pot. It's not good anymore. There are many morbid yet fascinating theories about how this term came into existence. Some believe it stems from a time when boiling someone alive was legal punishment. The result was the wrongdoer was being placed in a large pot or cauldron to ultimately meet their maker. However, a less gruesome explanation simply means that refers to meat being cut up and dumped into the cooking pot. But that wouldn't mean things are bad. That means things are good. You're about to eat. So it doesn't make sense. All right. Pulling someone's leg. This is a weird one. You've heard the expression, you're pulling someone's leg? Okay, we've all heard or used the expression, I'm just pulling your leg. Today, the idiom means that we're just joking with you. I'm just pulling your leg, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. In a friendly sort of way. However, the term originated from in Victorian London during the mid-19th century when thieves, usually pickpocketers, would pull at the intended victim's leg to confuse them, allowing them an opportunity to rob them. You buy that one? It seems kind of weird. Paint the town red. The American slang term, painting the town red. You know what that means, right? It means go out and do it right. We're going to paint the town red. What it means is, it typically refers to having a wild night out on the town with reckless abandonment. However, the metaphor applied to bonfires being lit and illuminating the sky in a sea of red flames. Old Irish ballads depict the imagery when lines such as the Beacon Hills were painted red with many a fire that night. There are stories of boat captains on the mighty Mississippi who would exclaim, "Painter, boys," when ordering the crews to pour fuel on the rivals' fires. Maybe I should have read that one first. It wasn't worth reading. Read the Riot Act. Read the Riot Act. We've all used that one, right? As a child, I was often on the receiving end of the read the Riot Act when I was misbehaving, and as a parent, I've definitely read the Riot Act to my kid. Man, I'll tell you, I have a funny story about that, but I can't tell. I could have told that story 10 years ago. Can't tell anymore. We're all probably been there. We've done that. However, have you ever thought of where the term comes from? The 18th century, the Riot Act was a genuine document read out loud to unruly and angry mobs. In 1715, the British government instituted the act, which gave them the authority to label any group more than 12 people a threat to the peace. So if you had 12 people, I could get you together and read you the riot act. Say, there's too many of you, get out of here. I'm just going to read, this is the last one, and then I'm going to stop. Resting on laurels. Have you heard that one? Don't rest on your laurels. I thought that was a weird one. Here's where it comes from. The idiom resting on your laurels derives its meaning from the athletes and leaders of ancient Greece. In Hellenic times, laurel leaves were associated with Greek god Apollo, who is depicted with a laurel leaf crown symbolizing status and achievement. The Romans eventually adopted the practice and presented their generals with wreaths when they were victorious. Today, the saying has a negative connotation, implying the individual has overly satisfied with past successes. You know what I mean? And rather than keeping your eyes forward, they look in the rearview mirror, tapping themselves on the back. I'm resting on my laurels instead of looking ahead. So it's funny how things can change over time. All right, so that'll do it for tonight's late night snack time. We will do it again tomorrow, I think. I'm going to try to do this every day. Let's talk about the heat of these. I didn't talk about the heat. No joke, they're hot. Here's the deal. You know, if you're a non-chili head, you just wouldn't enjoy these. You wouldn't like them. You know what I mean? It's no fun to eat something that you don't like. If you're a chili, so it'd be way, way too hot to enjoy the flavors. If you're a chili head, this is hot, man. If you're a chili head, this is 6. Some people call it a 5. Yeah, but like all snacks, with spicy snacks, if you're new to the snack or spice world, what happens when you eat a spicy snack, the heat will ramp up pretty quickly, right? But as soon as you stop eating, the heat drops, just like that. Whereas if you eat a pepper, right, or if you eat do tincture or something like that, stuff's gonna linger with you a lot longer. The reason I'm bringing it up is if you're a new chili head, come on, these snacks, even though they're really spicy, they're like diet spicy snacks. You eat 3 or 4 pieces of these things, you're like, I'm good. You won't eat any for a while. You know what I mean? Because the heat will ramp up. You're like, and the next time you go back, you'll have 1 or 2 more than you had the previous time. That's how it works. Get these. These are great. Get these and start working on your tolerance, and you won't believe how different they taste after a week. The higher your tolerance, I'm telling you guys, I've been telling you this for years and years and years now. Closing in on 10 years, I've been telling you this. The higher your tolerance gets, the more great stuff you can taste. It's the truth. So if it's not a bravado thing. It's not a, hey, who can eat more? It's a contest. No, it's, hey, I want to taste more. I love peppers. I want to listen, I taste things in peppers that a few people do. It's a beautiful thing. Do you want to taste those things? Start building your tolerance. Use the tube of terror to do it. There's still 2 signed tube of terrors in the johnnyscoville.com. There are still 20, maybe 18. Call it 18. Tubes of Terror 2.0 and johnnyscoville.com. Use those to raise your tolerance and get these, and you won't believe how good these taste. All right, these are great. You'll see a link in the description box below for Linda's Fiery Treats. Amazing stuff. I still have 1 more of her snacks I'll be doing probably tomorrow night. But I thank you guys for hanging and watching me. Tell somebody you love them. In the description box, Linda from Linda's Fiery Treats. Please check her out. On the bottom, you're going to see the lifeboat and my son, Johnny Scoville Jr. Over here at the top, you're going to see pepperology. I did a video today just for pepperology. For anybody, but geared towards brand new people. And challenges, which I also did one today. Boy, it's been a busy day. Tell someone you love them, you guys. I love you. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.